Not a motion matter is that can it be tomorrow, madam? It's filed on Tuesday. It will file.
What is the matter?
Matter is that he may be placed under suspension immediately because for one cause of action, 3 focus notice has been issued, madam. So subsequent focus it may be.
You want a stay of order of suspension?
No, not the suspension, not yet, madam. That the focus notice has been issued. Third focus needs to be stayed, madam. Otherwise, I may be placed on for that. Because on the same allegation, madam.
You get it, but that's not permissible. I'm telling you the outcome. Yes, next matter, please. Get it.
For motion, Lordship, tomorrow.
What is the urgency?
What happened, Lordship? The employers are trying to stop or prevent from amount.
After. Tomorrow I am traveling, so there is a little time constraint.
I have similar for motion tomorrow. Will I file at 27 there? Matter in
Can it not wait till Thursday? Then give it Thursday.
May I please, Your Lordship? Lordship, I beg to mention for
Then I'm
listing for
putting my
fresh
date
read
for
petition.
Thursday.
Lordship, it may be fixed on 9th.
May it please your Lordship. Lordship, matter may be pending before this bench. Kindly list the matter on 9th of March.
Why? List for what?
This is a matter of compensation appointment of matter, my lord.
No, it will be on 10th.
Kindly motion matter.
10th.
10th. Okay. Well placed.
Lordship, item number 7 and 8, Lord, we have to file our rejoinder to the Water Resources Department reply mail, opposition. Well, we may be allowed some time to file it. So we have received it on 28th. Item 7 and 8 of the daily list. Lord.
You have informed the other side.
Yes, Lord.
No objection. Mr. H. Betala, learned counsel for the writ petitioner in both these cases, has sought adjournment
File the
for a
rejoinder.
period of
3 weeks.
3 weeks, so as to enable him to obtain instruction and file rejoinder affidavit. Since the prayer is made with the consent of the other side, same stems allowed. Let these matters be listed accordingly. Yes.
Listing of a repetition for admission.
When?
13th Monday. 13th of March Monday.
All right.
Much obliged.
The matters which my learned friend has mentioned, we have no objection, my lord. You're not saying that. Other matters are fixed on 16, so it can also come on 16, my lord. They can file
On the
their.
request of learned counsel for the respondent, this matter be listed again on, these matters be listed again on 16/3/2020.
Yes.
Supplementary list for motion item 14 and 19.
Please, Your Lordship.
It's
supposed to submit the instruction also.
We have received instruction, my lord. We have not supplied the copy of the disagreement because of the stay order of this honorable court, my lord. That is, we have already filed my lord stay vacation petition also, my lord.
What is the stay order?
IA 118, my lord.
Stay order has been passed in which case?
In 486/2021.
Lordship will find in my repetition there at page 45.
No,
Your-
if both of you argue, then let us fix a date in April.
Yes.
Simultaneously, both of you can speak.
Yes.
Yes.
In my lord, read petition number 486.
No, first of all, first question first.
Yes, ma'am.
In this 1089, WPC 1089, the basic case of the petitioner is that while the enquiry officer is held that the charges have not been proved, the disciplinary authority disagreed with that and held that the charges have been proved.
Yes, sir.
So the query of the court is, was any notice issued to the writ petitioner before the disciplinary authority came to the conclusion on disagreement? That is the question asked.
Yes, ma'am.
Has it been done?
No, that has not been done as per my lord, rule 36 of CSF rule, my lord. Here, rule 36, sub-rule 3, my lord said, the disciplinary authority shall forward or cause to be forwarded a copy of the report of the enquiry, if any, held by the disciplinary, or where the disciplinary is not the enquiry, a copy of the report of the enquiry together with the reason for disagreement, if any, and record its own finding on any article of the search to the enroll number of the force who shall be required to submit, if he so desired, his written representation or submit to the disciplinary authority within the 15 days, irrespective of whether the report is favorable or not to the enrollment member of the force, my lord. That is clause.
So
rule-
after the disagreement is made, then only he can,
Yes, my lord.
but not before that.
Not given as per rule.
What does the law say? What is the?
Lordship, so far at page 64,
Hmm.
para 6. So,
What does the law say?
so
What
far-
does the law say?
So first he has referred to that, rule, my lord.
What does the law say on this subject?
So.
If you are not aware, say that I don't know.
But surprisingly, he has said that the sergeant state.
All right, we are issuing notice. If you don't answer the question of the court, then we'll not hear you. I am asking you, what is the law on this? What is
So,
the law on this?
Lordship, he ought to have been given opportunity and
All
further
right, what is
inquiry.
the law? Where is the judgment? Give me the judgment.
But he has said that the sergeant stands proof, my lord.
All right, then we'll issue notice and hear it in due course. You have imposed any penalty on him?
No, but not now, my lord, because of the stay order of in earlier week petition, my lord.
Not Mr. Deva, I counsel for the petitioner, also have Ms. A. Gayan and the CDC appearing to the respondent, who has obtained instruction as per the order dated 1/3/2023 and submits that as per the provisions of the relevant rules, the lead petitioner will be given an opportunity in due course, which stage is yet to arrive. First up, it is also the submission of Ms. Gayan that due to the stay order operating in WPC number 486 of the 2021 instituted by the petitioner, no penalty has been imposed upon the petitioner till today. First up, after hearing the submission of the learned counsel for the parties, I am of the view that this matter would call for further examination. Stop, issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks. Since Ms. Gayan has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of the holder of claims, no formal notice is required to send in this court. Extra copy of the writ petition be furnished to the learning department counsel, requisite in numbers, so as to enable him to obtain, enable her to obtain instruction and file affidavit. List this case along with WPC number 486 of 2021.
Lordship, some interim measures, my lord.
What is the interim measure?
They may take
Mr.
efforts.
Bora, I expected you to at least, you got a chance, you could have at least gone through the law and come prepared. You have not. Practice in High Court is not that easy. It's not like moving a matter before the magistrate's court. We go only on the legal principles. You are not even aware. You didn't even bother to look up the law.
My lord, some interim measures.
Nothing. Next matter, please.
Master.
Good morning, Lordship.
No, good morning, good evening. This is the court proceeding. Yes, what is your case?
Lordship, I am an employee of Numaligarh Refinery Limited,
Hmm.
located at Siliguri,
Hmm.
and I am kept under suspension since last 1 year and 6 months.
Hmm.
Lordship, the brief fact of the case is that few senior most authorities of NRL management are involved in illegal corrupt activities, and for which I filed RTI applications and whistleblower complaints to the concerned authorities of NRL. But as no actions were taken by NRL management, I was compelled to report the matter to competent external authorities. And so, Lordship, from the materials available on record, it can be clearly certain that NRL management is maliciously targeting and victimizing me at my workplace and making conniving attempts to destroy my professional career with malafide intention and malice by misusing their power and position. Lordship, I filed the affidavit in reply where I have properly proved the illegal activities and the vindictive nature of the NRL management with relevant evidence and tenable justifications. Lordship, I want to
Why this matter has been listed? Shubham?
Thank you, Lordship. But this is the last order, my lord. There was a departmental proceeding pending, my lord. We were to pass the order of punishment, my lord. We have done that. But it has been communicated, my lord. Why he is not facing it, I do not know.
What is the, what is
Removal, my lord. 2 departmental proceedings, removal from service.
that order is not under challenge.
That is not, it is not.
You have served him the copy.
Yes, yes. My
Lordship, I
instruction,
have,
it has been
Lordship,
communicated.
yes, the day before yesterday, I have received, I have arrived from Siliguri, but till now I haven't received it.
Achha, anyway, now that they have issued the order of penalty, these things have become redundant.
Yes,
Everything is over.
okay.
You have to now challenge this order. And service jurisprudence goes on certain principles. So you challenge this order, and if you, do you want the help of any lawyer or you want to do it yourself?
Yes, Lordship.
You want the help of a lawyer? All right. Then we can appoint an amicus curiae to help you. You don't have to pay him anything. You don't have to pay any fees to the amicus curiae. But he will help you.
I shall be highly grateful, Lordship.
You would want that?
Yes, Lordship.
All right. We will give you that. No? You file a petition, challenge it, and if you can make out a case, we'll certainly interfere. Otherwise, what remains in this proceeding now?
Lordship, they have told that they have issued the order. Now there are departmental proceedings left. I have to appeal. Then there is a reviewing stage also. It is not yet completed. I think. Now appeal and reviewing stage is pending.
Hey, give me the list of amicus for service matters. All right, we'll not close it today. Let him have the benefit of a amicus curiae. You don't have to pay anything to the lawyer.
May I submit a list of dates and events for
You do it to him, he will give you the advice. You don't have the list. There is a recent exercise done and new list has been prepared. Get the list right now. This is not the list. Mr. Chaudhary, you are appearing for whom?
I'm appearing for respondents 7 to 10, madam. And
He has
I'm
made the officers party by name, my lord.
Name.
My learned senior is appearing for the state office.
He is very enterprising. That's why he is here. But for now, we'll just engage an amicus curiae to help you. Mr. Sri Deepu Kumar Das, the petitioner, is present in person. Mr. K.N. Chaudhary, learned senior counsel, assisted by who's assisting?
And go down, madam.
And Gautam has appeared on behalf of respond numbers
7 to 10.
7 to 10. First of Mr. N. Dekar, learned standing counsel,
Not standing counsel, my lord, counsel for 2 to 6, my lord.
learned counsel for the respond numbers 2 to 6 submits that on conclusion of the 2 departmental proceedings initiated against the petitioner, order of penalty in the form of removal from service has been imposed upon him. And the order dated, what is the date?
28 February, my lord,
28 to
February.
2023
23.
has also been communicated to the petitioner. In view of the above, nothing survives for adjudication in this writ petition. First up, Mr. Das, you have got the copy?
I haven't received it.
Mr. Das submits that he has not received a copy of the order dated 28 to 2023. Full stop. Be that as it may, it prima facie appears that the petitioner would now have to assail the order of penalty by filing appropriate writ petition. Full stop. Considering the fact that the petitioner is out of employment since past many months, and in view of the peculiar facts and circumstances of the case, the petitioner was asked whether he wants to avail the service of a counsel in this case, and he has answered in the affirmative. First of, as such, Sri So-and-so is hereby appointed as amicus curiae to represent the petitioner in this case for the future dates. Full stop. The learned amicus would also be at liberty to render all other legal advice to the petitioner, including that for filing a fresh petition. Registry to inform the amicus curiae accordingly. We'll look for a amicus who knows service. You be here, then you have to meet him. Give him your contact number, etc. And then he will help you. So I am giving you Kaustubh Prakash Pathak, KP Pathak. Put the name KP Pathak. You meet him. Meet KP Pathak, and then we will tell you.
My lord, Mr. Pathak had appeared for Numaligarh Refinery in some matters, my lord.
So what?
So, my lord, I'm just informing your lordship.
Some matter is another matter. There
Another
is no
matter.
permanent loyalty. Or is there? Then you will be in trouble, Mr. Dekar, someday. Let us see if he has
My
any.
lord, he has some difficulties, he will inform, my lord.
Can you see if he's around?
I'll give him a call, my lord.
You wait for 5 minutes. Let us ask him if he has
Madam.
any difficulty, otherwise, yes.
I'm highly obliged. Lordship.
Mr. Chaudhary, you may proceed with your other matter. We just.
Here I'm praying for a little accommodation, madam, for today, madam.
Yes.
2, 3, and 4 is analogous matter, madam. I'm praying for a little accommodation for today, madam.
No, what accommodation? You don't want to do the case.
No.
Say that I don't want to do the case.
Let the matter come for 2 weeks, madam.
Huh? What are these cases? What are these matters?
My lord, here, my lord, I'm praying, my pre-promotional training was denied by the authority, madam.
Hmm.
Then I have preferred the reputation, madam, where my interim order was granted to attend the pre-promotion training.
Hmm.
Thereafter, I filed a miscellaneous application, praying for a promotion, madam, on the basis of the order, madam. And the other 2 matters, madam, one is I'm challenging the departmental proceeding, and another one, my lord, criminal proceeding, madam.
So today it has come for orders. What order?
I think it's admission, madam.
So it is admission. Okay. All right, then it'll go to April.
Yes, ma'am. After 2 weeks, madam.
No, not possible. We have other matters are there. You don't avail your opportunity. What can be
I
done?
understand.
Mr. N.J. Khatania, Learned Counsel appearing for the petitioners in all these cases, seek adjournment of the admission hearing of this case on the ground that he is not prepared to argue the matter today. Mr. Ardhar, Learned Counsel for the respondents, is present here and does not have any objection if the prayer is allowed. In view of the above and on the request of the petitioners' counsel, admission hearing of these matters stand adjourned for 4 weeks. List accordingly.
Obliged, Lordship.
Item 5.
This is a compassionate appointment case, Your Lordship. Petitioner's father, late Lambit Borua, was working as a sub-engineer in the Office of Executive Engineer, PW, Lakhimpur State Road Division, Ilamara. And he was died on 9/10/2009. Thereafter, son of that deceased applied for the compassionate appointment, and his letter for application for compassionate appointment was forwarded by the respondent authority. Which was returned back by the respondent number 4 with a remark that petitioner had not completed 18 years of age at the time of the application. Thereafter, on a subsequent year, after knowing that his application was returned with that remark, on the next subsequent years, he attained the age of 18 years, you know, and subsequently, in continuation of that application, he filed another application, second application. That was also forwarded by the respondent authority. But thereafter, no DLC was held and it was kept pending. Thereafter, he filed a writ petition to consider his case, and that by WPC 4598 of 2014. There, Honorable High Court has
Where is the order?
that is in Annexure 8, Your Lordship. Page 33, Your Lordship.
Then what has happened after this order?
After that order, your lordship, in the year 2021, DLC meeting was held and hiked their minutes dated 28/12/2021, page 41, your lordship, operating person.
Page
His
number?
case was page 41.
This case was
The
considered.
serial number 4, your lordship.
Hmm.
His case was rejected on the ground that proposal rejected.
What
as
was
the-
his age on the date of consideration?
They
What was the age of
past,
the?
in the first application, he was 17 years. But in the second application, he attained the age of 18
No,
years.
on the date on which this resolution was adopted, page 41. What was his age on that day?
That was not specifically mentioned here. Lordship.
What was his age? You are his lawyer, you don't know his age.
In the year 21, your lordship, his age would be,
Listen.
yes,
Mr. Bora, is it? You are Mr.
sorry, yeah, you
Sorry.
say.
This rejection by the DLC was on 28/12/2021.
Yes,
What was the age of the petitioner on that day?
in the year he said, 2011, his age was.
Not year 2011, I am asking 28/12/2021.
Yes,
What
yes,
was
sir.
the age?
28 over.
20 years.
Huh?
28.
Tw-
28 years.
28 years.
28 years.
Yes.
Then why they have said he was underage?
At the time of the first application,
Hmm.
they have actually taken, the DLC had taken that particular application when he was a minor.
So what?
That was,
That is wrong.
that is. I agree with that.
That is wrong. Now, what is to be done? What is your?
The lordship will remand it back to the DLC to consider afresh, your lordship. Because it is specifically it is wrong because after he has attained minor and after honorable high court's order, then they should have considered as on that particular date. So if there is any vacancy and according to his qualifications, the DLC may consider, your lordship.
All right. Heard Mr. U. Sekhel, counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. Also heard Mr. D. Bora, government advocate Assam appearing for the response number
5.
response number 5. The report you write Mr. R. Thor, understanding council PWD Assam. For response
1,
numbers
2, 3, 4 minutes, 1 to 4 minutes.
1 to 4 and Mr. D. Bora, Planet Government Advocate Assam for response number 5. Full stop. The father of the writ petitioner, namely late Lambit Borua, Lambit, Lambit Borua, died in harness on 9/10/2009 while serving as a sub-engineer, grade -Roman 2 in the office of the executive engineer, PWD, Lakhimpur. Full stop. As such, the petitioner had submitted an application on what is the date of application?
19/8/2010.
19/8/2010.
No, your lordship, 31/1/2011.
He doesn't know anything. You don't know anything, Mr. Sekhya. You're not
31/1/2011.
31/1/2011, seeking appointment on compassionate ground. Full stop. At the time of filing of the said application, the age of the petitioner was around 17 years. Full stop. The application was initially rejected, is it? Initially rejected by the DLC. On what ground?
Underage.
Your lordship.
And second time also
No,
rejected.
yeah, only 2021 it was held and it was.
The application dated so and so submitted by the petitioner came up for consideration in the meeting of the DLC of Lakhimpur on 28/12/2021, and the same was rejected by holding that the petitioner was underaged. Full stop. However, the undisputed fact remains that on 28/12/2021, the petitioner was aged about 28 years. Is it 28 years?
He
Huh?
was born in 93. So on 21, he was 28 years.
28 years. Full stop. Mr. Saikia submits that although there was a vacancy available for appointing a candidate on compassionate ground, the case of the petitioner was erroneously rejected by the authorities. Full stop. On a query made by the court, the learned departmental counsel have submitted in their usual fairness that although on 28/12/2021, the age of the petitioner was around 28 years, yet he was a minor on the date of submission of the application, that is on the application date to divorce. Full stop. Perhaps it was on such count the case of the petitioner was rejected. Full stop. There is no office memorandum. There is no provision in the rules, guidelines, or office memorandum which requires the DLC to take into account the age of the applicant on the date of filing the same. Full stop. What therefore would naturally follow is that the age of the candidate would be relevant on the date on which his application is taken up for consideration. Full stop. Taken up for consideration, as otherwise it would negate the very purpose for which the scheme of die in harness has been introduced by the government. Full stop. In the present case, since the petitioner was admittedly eligible in terms of age for being appointed in a government job, the DLC, in the opinion of this court, had committed a glaring error in rejecting his application on the ground that he was underaged. Full stop. It is apparent on the face of the record that after the filing of the application on so, there was a delay of nearly 10 years before which the same was considered by the DLC. Full stop. Under the circumstances, the DLC could not have denied the benefit of compassionate appointment to the petitioner only on the ground of being underaged. Full stop. Situated thus, this court is of the opinion that there is an impugned resolution dated 28/12/2021. The petitioner is illegal. Full stop. The same is accordingly set aside. The matter is remanded back to the DLC Lakhimpur to consider his application afresh. It is made clear that the DLC would consider the claim of the petitioner with reference to the circumstances existing on 28/12/2021. And if it is found that he is qualified for being appointed against any grade 3, grade 4 or grade 3 post, and there was a post available in the state category on the date of consideration, that is 28/12/2021, necessary recommendation would be made in favor of the petitioner. Full stop. Such recommendation be also considered by the SLC in the light of the observations made above. Full stop. The matter be placed before the next meeting of the DLC Lakhimpur. Writ petition stands disposed of.
Yes, your lordship may kindly observe in terms of the earlier judgment order, DLC considered his application.
Earlier judgment order means?
Earlier judgment order passed in WPC 4598 of 2014, dated 11/9/2014. Your lordship directed the DLC to consider afresh.
That has been written.
That has not been observed.
Consider afresh. That's what I asked.
That your lordship has directed. But
Right,
earlier, your lordship,
I'll have to do it once again. I asked, you said only once it was
No, no.
considered.
it was considered once actually in 2011. Then again, he approached your
Let me read
lordship.
the entire writ petition. I can't now rely
I'm
upon.
sorry, your lordship, but
Hmm.
TLC never considered your lordship. That's why we came before this honorable court and
But-
honorable court was directed to consider it.
But when you see, after his filed application, when the application submitted by the petitioner was not considered by the DLC, he had approached this court by filing WPC number 4598 public 2014, which was disposed of by the order dated 11/9/2014, whereby the learned single judge had directed that the petitioner's case be considered for appointment on compassionate ground by strictly following the parameters and yardsticks laid down in the guidelines formulated in terms of the judgment of this court rendered in the case of Achyut Ranjan Das. Achyut Ranjan Das, what is the citation?
2006 4
Achyut
JP,
Ranjan Das versus State of Assam and others reported in 2006 bracket close 4 GLT 674 and Faziron Nessa versus State of Assam and others reported in 2010 bracket close 4 GLT 340. Full stop. Accordingly, the case of the petitioner was considered by the DLC of Lakhimpur on 28/12/2021, and the same was rejected by holding that the petitioner was underaged. তাৰপিছত continuation লিখিলে আছে।
highly observed.
I'm appearing for the private respondent number 5, my lord. I'm praying for 2 weeks time to file my affidavit, the promotion matter.
If I may just submit, your lordship, I cannot have an objection to my senior friend's prayer.
But you want to argue the matter?
Not exactly. If I just can just state one small fact.
No, what is the purpose, you tell me?
The issue that my learned friend would probably bring on record by way of an affidavit has already been substantiated by the TCB, the Pollution Control Board. The Pollution Control Board.
So you are saying, I don't have any objection, but don't give him time. That's what you are saying?
Your lordship will-
Apply your mind
Yes,
when
sir.
you are standing up in the court.
Yes.
We have to focus and sharpen our focus.
Yes,
Do you have objection or not?
I know, your lordship.
Mr. N. Dekal, learned counsel for the respondent numbers 5 prays for 2 weeks time to file counter affidavit. Full stop. The prayer is not opposed by Mr. M. Sharma, learned counsel for the petitioner. Mr. A. Chamua, learned counsel is present on behalf of.
In this matter, reference number 4,
respondent number
I have
4.
one more prayer, my lord. The page 23, the certificate of Master of Science from Sikkim Manipal University, they have adduced. My lord, to confirm it, whether this is an off-campus degree or degree obtained from the university, we need to see the admit card of this examination. If they can produce it by way of an affidavit. That is important.
And submits that the petitioner be directed to produce the admit card
Yes.
of which exam?
Admit card and mark sheets of Sikkim of the Master of Science degree obtained from Sikkim Manipal University.
Admit card and mark sheet of the Master of Science degree obtained from the Sikkim Manipal University. In the year
2003.
And 6 respectively.
Diploma. This is in 2003 only.
There are 2 petitions, not 1.
No, only one petition is listed today.
Yes.
Two confused.
There are 2 petitioners in 1 petition. One petitioner completed his masters in 2003, one completed in 2006. That's my fact.
what is it? Tell me, of which year?
Page 23 is
Yes,
March
which year?
2003
2003, yes.
and 2006. There are 2
2006.
2006 to kuntu page ase?
He has appeared in 2 examinations.
No, my lord, there are 2 petitions.
Oh, there, Mr. A.C. Chamua, learned counsel is present on behalf of the respondent number 4. Mr. S. Borafur,
For 2 and 3.
respondent numbers 2 and 3. On the request of Mr. Dekar, this matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks. You come prepared next time and tell us which year. Yes. Yes, Mr. Chamu, you want to say something?
No, no,
You are saying 2003, 2006.
no,
I can't even give a simple response to the court.
but I'm my lord referring to page number 20.
I don't want to know which page.
I'm
Which
saying
year's
that
mark sheet and admit card you want?
2003, my lord.
Then why did you say 2006?
2003 and 2006, there are two petitioners, my lord.
It was
It is page number.
pertaining to the writ petitioners. Yes. You produce it next day. Yes, Mr. Pathak,
I'm making the mistake because of this page. Can't read
whatever
anything.
it is, you have to come prepared when the
I
court, you
understand.
can't, after the court asks, then you cannot go on saying, what is this, which exam? These
sorry.
practices must stop now.
I'm sorry.
We have to
my lord.
move on.
I-
We have to stop practicing like in 1970s.
I agree. my
We have to
lord,
move on. Now the lawyers have to show more professionalism. You must anticipate what the court is going to ask and be ready with the answer or not even make that submission. You want the mark sheet, you should have been ready that I want the mark sheets to be given for this exam and that exam for these years. When you make that submission, when I ask which year, you can't clearly say which year. That's what I'm trying to highlight. That level of preparedness is now required in the High Court. That is how we can move faster. We can do more cases in a day. You got my point?
Yes.
Yes. Even now you are not clear which year.
No, 2003, one petitioner, and this 2000 that I saw, my lord, this page I cannot read beyond my capacity.
It's in the environment, paragraph 2.
So what should I write? That
Three and
2003 and the other page which you cannot read. What is the order I should pass?
2003 and 2006, two certificates.
You are sure 2006? 2003 and 2006 respectively pertaining to each of the petitions. Yes. Mr. Pathak, you are in the panel of amicus curiae, service matters. There is a case, one gentleman was serving under the Numaligarh refinery. Perhaps he's been removed from service. Would you be willing to appear as an amicus curiae? You appeared sometime against, in favor of, on behalf of
Previously,
Numaligarh. I don't think that matters.
It
These
should
are
not.
all brief to brief.
Gotcha.
Then he will contact you
Gotcha.
and give him the advice.
Gotcha.
Give him the legal help. And whatever happens in the court proceeding, we'll see.
Gotcha.
Yes. Etu thakok agor order to. Tat khali likhibo je register to furnish case papers to Mr. Pathak within 2 weeks from today. Let this matter be listed again by reflecting the name of Mr. K.P. Pathak, learned amicus curiae in the list. You examine the papers. On the next day, we'll pass an order, whether this is to be closed or something survives.
Gotcha.
And we'll
God bless
pass an order. Yes.
For orders, item 9.
It's a matter, your lordship. I have approached this honorable court for compliance of the order dated 39/2020,
Where is the
which is
order?
at page 154, starting from page 154. The operative portion is at page 157 of this petition. The last two para is relevant. This matter pertains to illegal termination of the contract, construction contract between the parties. The last portion is the second para at page 157. I have given due consideration to the submissions made by the learned counsel without entering into the merit of the findings of the court below on perusal of the contract documents annexed to this petition. I am satisfied that the completion of the construction of border outpost is of vital importance to the security of the country. The issue involved in the suit filed by the respondent can very well be decided after evidence is laid by both the parties. Moreover, if at all plaintiff respondent succeeds in the suit, he could very well be compensated in terms of money. On other hand, if the order under challenge in the connected appeal is allowed to remain in force, irreparable loss would be caused to the petitioner appellant as such. I am inclined to stay the operation of the impugned order dated 2012-2019 passed in miscellaneous case number dated 2018 arising out of title suit number 527 of 2018 pending in the court, learned civil judge Kamrup Guwahati. And the petitioner shall go ahead with fresh tender process and the condition applied without applying the risk and cost liability on the respondent contractor till the disposal of the connected appeal, and the same shall be considered at the time of disposal of the appeal. The third para is the necessary formalities before handing over the site to prospective fresh contractor shall be maintained by the petitioner as per the terms and conditions of the contract entered into by the petitioner and the respondent contractor. That was the compliance they had to done as per this order. They have not complied with this order.
You're Mr.
I am Ravi Gopal. The local council had personal difficulty.
No, that's all right, that's all right. But the problem is why this matter has been listed. This is a service matter bench. What has that got to do with contractual?
This matter was last time listed before bench number 2.
Is it assigned to this bench?
No, I am not aware.
Then why it has been listed before this bench? This is not the roster. You are coming from outstation.
Yes, yes.
What is to be done? But these matters are to be listed as per roster.
Then any date may be given as per convenience of this honorable.
What would be a convenient date for you?
In April,
Choose a date.
April. The
April.
first week of April, your lordship. Before 6.
I'll give you first week of April, but nothing will happen during that time because we
Okay.
are going to have some function here. So
Then
it is better you take it.
Then in last week of April,
All right. Mr.
Ravi Gopal.
Ravi Gopal is present on behalf of the petitioner.
P. Goswami.
Mr. P. Goswami has appeared on behalf of the respondent number 2. It appears that this matter pertains to civil bench 1, but has been wrongly listed before this court today. Registered to verify and list this case before the appropriate bench again on 30th of April 2000.
Of Leslie.
Yes, please, your lordship. I come with an application praying for an interim order, my lord, when the motion was moved,
again a bench formatter.
when the, my lord.
Eviction.
Let me open,
Yes,
thank you
yes,
so
yes,
much.
yes.
My lord, actually, I came with this application and it is posted here because at the time of motion, this honorable court had dictated an interim order, but somehow in the certified copy, it was not there. And I got aware of it much later when there was difficulty. And that is why this application is being moved before this honorable court. In fact, it was mentioned before bench 4, but because of it, the registry listed it here. We made a mention yesterday at bench 4. But this is an eviction matter, my lord, and I pray for an interim order on the grounds, my lord, I laid afresh on the grounds that since 1970s, 80s, I am occupier of government land. They are terming me in the notice issued in 21 as an encroacher. Now, I can be termed as an encroacher if I am occupying land which has been reserved for forest or for any other purpose, or it has been allotted to anybody. We or even those Patta lands also, they are all government land. We all occupy government land, and thereafter, because of passage of time at the
No,
time.
I'll
of
not go
settlement
into all
of
these
petition,
things. You want a correction of the order. If the
um,
order is required to be corrected, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm not doing it.
exactly.
Where is the order? Which requires correction?
My lord, that is at page 55, the operative portion is at page 70. I just placed it just for refreshing, my lord.
Page 70.
Page 70. That interim order did not get recorded here. Before the last sub-para, in view of the urgency, before that, this honorable court had dictated interim protection that we may not be evicted. And they were given opportunity to get the instructions, and this honorable court, after getting the instructions, would have considered it afresh. Any statement?
It seems there is a mistake in the order.
Honorable court, why interim order was not given?
It was given.
আপুনি কোৱা সময়ততো মই একো কোৱা নাছিলো ন?
Sorry.
Alright, alright.
Why interim protection was not given? Because this honorable court had prima facie come to a finding that they were paying Tozi Bahia revenue. So they were under not any legal occupation of the government plot of land. So definitely they are encroaching government plot of land. But since my lord, they have made a prayer that since they are occupying that land for so many period of time, and by now they have set up houses. So therefore, this honorable court, my lord, made an endeavor, my lord, directing the authorities that you file an affidavit. On affidavit, the facts will be clear, then we will dispose of the whole application.
In the meantime, you will evict.
In the meantime, my lord, not eviction, it is their contention, my lord. Because after passing of my lord's order.
So you say that you will not evict till the writ petition is heard.
That, my lord, I cannot concede, but the authorities therein, my lord, authorities therein, my lord, have not proceeded for eviction, my lord, since this matter is pending. And now they have taken a plea that in the order it is not reflected, but in the YouTube version, that is, my lord, the live proceeding, it is there.
Is the statement made?
Is the statement made?
In
So
paragraph
therefore,
3.
so therefore, they are required, my lord, in my respectful submission, since they have made a, my lord, fasting on this honorable court, so therefore let them, my lord, they ought to have, my lord, produce some materials.
Don't take things to that level, Mr. Are you denying, disputing it? File an affidavit. The language used in the order appears that, otherwise, why would the court say that departmental counsel has urgency? Where no stay order is given, why should your urgency be looked into? Where is the statement that in the YouTube version that is there?
Paragraph 3 and paragraph 4, my lord. The YouTube part is at paragraph 4.
Deny it.
Lordship may modify the order on the basis of their statement, because I cannot concede. My lordship will kindly appreciate my position. Cannot concede. I will go by what is there on record.
All right,
What
but
they have-
we can give an expeditious hearing of this writ petition.
Absolutely, my lord, absolutely. I will be so grateful, my lord. In fact,
But
we
yes,
also awaited the
well,
instruction.
counsel for the applicant also heard Mr. R. Bhattacharya, Learned Standing Council, Revenue Department, Assam, and Mr. S.S. Roy, Learned Government Advocate, Assam, appearing for the official respondents. This IA has been filed with a prayer to rectify the order dated 22/12/2022 passed by this bench in WPC number 8309 of 2022. According to the petitioner, according to the learned counsel for the applicant, this court had granted an interim order of stay of eviction of the petitioners while dictating the order dated 22/12/2022, which was apparent from the YouTube recording of the court proceedings of that day. However, due to oversight, that part has not come in the order of the court, as a result of which the writ petitioners stroke applicants have been exposed to the risk of eviction even during the pendency of the writ petition. Full stop. According to Ms. Goel, the petitioners stroke applicants have been occupying the plot of government land since last 3 to 4 decades, and therefore they are entitled to consideration of their prayer for settlement of the land. Full stop. Mr. Borpujari, Learned Standing Council, Revenue Department, Assam, submits that the applicants do not have any semblance of right to occupy the land. However, full stop. However, insofar as the statements made in paragraph 4 of the application regarding the live streaming of the court proceedings, indicating that there was an interim order passed, the Learned Departmental Council does not have any submission to offer. First of, after going through the materials available on record, more particularly the order dated 22/12/2022, it appears that an order of interim protection fits into the projections made in the fits into the projections made in the order, which is apparently not there. First of, this court would not have granted expeditious hearing of the writ petition on the request of the departmental council while declining an order of interim relief. First of, therefore, I find this submission made by Ms. Goel acceptable. Accordingly, it is provided that in the order dated 22/12/2022, passed in WPC number 8309 of 2022, it will be further read as within quotes. The respondents are restrained from evicting the writ petitioners from the land under their occupation until further orders, unquote. Stop. This IS stands disposed of accordingly. But you now press the before that you write, in view of the urgency expressed by Mr. Borpujari, let the connected writ petition be listed as per roster within 4 weeks from today on a non-miscellaneous day as a fixed item.
I'm grateful.
IS stands disposed.
Can a date be fixed?
4 weeks, because this is not 4 weeks, non-miscellaneous day, fixed item, which means.
I'm grateful.
I will not.
Yeah.
And so, like.
For hearing, I can tell.
You want to say how many more matters? Yes.
Should I submit it in details? Lordship must first take up the salient points, my lord. In brief, it is good. Salient points. Shiksha Valley School is a unit of Vidyasagar Foundation Trust, having its registered office at Dibrugarh. The Deputation School is a service sector enterprise registered in the Industry Department and has been duly registered under MSME Act bearing Udyog Aadhaar number so-and-so, dated 1/8/2018. Government of India announced a subsidy scheme by notification dated 12/4/2018 as Northeast Industrial Development Scheme needs for industrial units in the northeastern region. Unless otherwise, section 4 of the scheme stated that, my lord, unless otherwise specified, all new industrial units, manufacturing sectors and service sectors, including biotechnology and hydel power generation units up to 10 megawatt located in northeastern region will be eligible for incentives under the scheme. And section 5 of the scheme
eligible service sector unit is an enterprise in the service sector that significant capital expenditure and has significant employment generation potential. The petitioner school has incurred significant capital expenditure and has generated employment to the tune of 165, at present 200 plus persons. At the time of filing, it was 165. There is no mention in the negative list that education sector is not eligible for, eligible to get subsidy. The petitioner school being an eligible service sector unit had applied for registration under NEETS 2017 on 1/8/2018. On 38/1/2019, the petitioner's application for grant of registration under NEETS 2017 has been rejected in the second SLC meeting, holding that the school is an entity which is not permissible for commercial purpose. The committee also observed that school cannot be an industrial unit. The petitioner school is a trust for promotion of education, and as such, the school falls under the service sector industry category of NEETS 2017. In the cabinet meeting held on 28 February 2018 at New Delhi, the Honorable Prime Minister and its cabinet has approved the proposal for Department of Commerce to give focus attention to 12 identified champion service sectors, including education service. The application for form for registration under the scheme, the column form of business enterprise, in its drop-down menu contains various forms of business enterprise, including trust and society, and other column of the form, name and address of the cooperative society, chairman, secretary, trustees of the trust society, etc. The trust has school property which is producing or yielding income like any other property through the business of running of school. The eligibility criteria defined in NEETS 2017 by clause 4.41 and 4.2, the petitioner school is not covered by negative list as specified in annexure 1 of clause 4, clause 2 of the scheme. Clause 5D of the NEETS 17 industrial unit means any industrial undertaking or eligible service sector unit other than that run departmentally or government, which is a registered business enterprise under the Goods and Service Act. Here, my lord, they are paying 18% GST. That the FAU related to NEETS 2017 stating the commercial production, it is the responsibility of the respondent authority.
When was the school set up?
It was set up. I have to speak. Let's. Do and was done. SMS school foundation. 17, before 17. The registration was, my lord, of 25 June 2017. Prior to that, my lord, it was set up. Exact date I have to inquire. Yeah, exactly. The school
Date of commencement was given. Date of commencement was mentioned.
What is it?
Date of commencement of what?
Yes.
So they have to give paper because the format is basically for the industry. So like they have to give the date of commencement, commercial.
Have they given it?
So they have written the date of commencement. So starting of this.
Starting the school, my lord. Starting classes.
Is 43 of the report. Target date of commencement.
Yes, so
Publish it, yes. 1/8/2018, commencement as per. 1st August 2018. Dia hapat pala, exact date ketika pas tadi. Itu tahun.
at this rate, the hearing will go on up to May. These are relevant information, Ms. Saikya, because you can say whatever you feel like. We have to write a judgment.
I'm.
If we don't get the relevant
great
information,
difficulties, my lord, my junior has been, my lord, she's, my lord, stop practicing almost, she's busy elsewhere. So, my lord, so including my lord that, the judgment written in the file cover, my lord, that is also not visible. So, my lord, I have finding their difficulties, our mother is admitted in hospital. So, last 15 days she is in hospital duty. So, little bit
Acha,
difficult.
what I am saying is,
Yes,
you
sir.
see, you can make your submissions, but
Yes.
unless I get the facts I want, it will be difficult to take a
No, I'll
decision.
provide it, I'll provide this.
If you want
When
that
the
your junior
student-
should
other-
come back and you want to argue,
No,
that's
no,
not
my
a
lord,
problem.
I have to argue because I don't know, my lord, when she'll be back and when they will be cured.
But if these facts are not there, the question of
Only by the
considering.
date, your lordship, when the dates have started. They have kind of provided that of preparation, doing that. Other facts I'm submitting because so many times, my lord, already. I'm confirming it, my lord.
No, don't be paranoid about so many times it has been heard. Because unless the judge gets the facts,
Yes.
it will be difficult to write a
No, that
judgment.
within 5 minutes, I am providing the date, my lord. Otherwise, my lord, let me submit the facts of the, my lord,
Yes, yes.
case, my lord. Page 26, Annexure 1, that is the, my lord, GST registration. Certificate of provision registration. Then, my lord, page 27, as my lord said, that it is been industry, that is Udyog Aadhaar, that is registered under MSME, my lord. Page 27. Page 28, Annexure 3,
Yes.
your lordship, page 29, your lordship, see, my lord, because other parts are in Hindi. So, my lord, New Delhi, the 12th April 2018, in pursuance of the decision taken by the cabinet in its meeting held on so and so, the government of India is pleased to announce Northeast Industrial Development Scheme needs 2017 for industrial units in the northeastern region comprising states of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, so and so, so and so, so and so, to boost industrialization. Title of the scheme, the Northeast Industrial Development Scheme, it's called NEEDS 2017. Then 3, it will be effective from 1/4/2017 and will remain to force up to 31st of March 2022. Eligibility, unless otherwise specified, all new industrial units in manufacturing sector and service sectors, including biotechnology and hydropower generation units up to 10 megawatt located in NER will be eligible for incentive under the scheme. This scheme shall not be applicable to the industries listed in Annexure 1, that is negative list, my lord. All eligible industrial unit will be entitled to benefit under one or more companies of components of this present scheme, even if such units are getting benefits under other schemes of the government of India. They've specified it. 4.4, the total benefits from all components of the scheme put together shall be limited to the total investment in plant and machinery subject to a maximum limit of 200 crore per unit, 2 crore, I think, per unit, plant and machinery for the service sector, industrial unit shall include cost of construction of building and all other durable physical assets basic to the running of that particular service industry, but exclude cost of land and consumable, disposable, or any other items charged to revenue. Then your lordship come to my lord. Clause 5D. That definition of industrial unit means any industrial undertaking or eligible service sector unit other than that run departmentally by government, which is a registered business enterprise under goods and service tax. So my school is registered under GST, my lord. Then my lord 5F. Eligible service sector unit is an enterprise in the service sector that requires significant capital expenditure and has significant employment generation potential. So if they are trained, my lord, not that is that way, my lord. Employment in the school, my lord. Just like my lord, employment in the industries. How many persons are engaged in a industry, production industry or any other industry? And my lord, in school also, all teachers to grade 3, grade 4 staff, so many persons are engaged. At present, 200 something they are figured out. Almost 150. Then your lordship please come to page 34, that is the negative list. Page 34, negative list. The following industries will not be eligible for benefit under NITS 2017. In this list, my lord, earlier also I did so many times, but the school has not been, my lord, exempt. All goods falling under chapter 24 of the first schedule to the Central Excise Tariff Act so and so, which pertains to tobacco, manufacturing tobacco substitute. Pan masala as covered so and so. Plastic carry bags or less than 20 minus so and so. Goods falling under chapter 27 of the first schedule of the Central Excise Tariff so and so produced by petroleum or gas refineries, plantation refineries, and power generating units above 10 megawatt. Coke, cement, steel, rolling mills, etc. Units not complying with environmental standards for not having applicable environmental clearance from so and so environment ministry. Low value addition activities like preservation during storage, cleaning, operation, packing, repacking or labeling, sorting, etc. Any other industry activity placed in negative list through a separate notification as and when considered necessary by the government, it will be effective from the so. Gold and gold door. Components included the computing of value of plant and machinery under 7 manufacturing sector. Cost of, it is a different thing. Cost of industrial plant, machinery, this, that. Electrical components cost. Page 36, my lord, that frequently asked question related to Northeast Industrial Development Scheme so and so. These are, my lord, when they put some question, they give replies also. Clause 5, my lord, question 5. What type of units are eligible under the scheme? Only new industrial unit and new service sector units are eligible under the scheme subject to the negative list of the scheme.
So what is the definition of a new industrial unit
New industry.
or new sector? Does it lay down any cutoff, the date of commencement, etc.?
5G lordship.
5G.
Of the policy.
New industrial unit is.
So
Yes,
5G
research
applies to
and
industrial unit,
Industrial
but it doesn't apply to service sector.
Lordship, not service sector.
So what is the eligibility for service sector?
F, lordship.
But that's right, but there is no date of commencement or anything for service sector.
Correct.
Correct.
Lordship.
Service sector, it says in an enterprise service that requires significant capital expenditure and significant employment generation.
This part is important, employment
No,
generation.
that's correct.
potential.
Now, what is
Yes.
significant?
School in general does not produce any, sir, lordship employment,
No.
unless it is a skill development institute developing skill
That's right. You may
or-
be right.
or vocational.
No, but you
Institute.
can't, interpretation will not be
Lordship,
permissible.
for that, lordship has to look into the cabinet decision, that the scheme resulted from that cabinet decision.
Okay, let her finish, then we'll
Lordship.
come back to it.
Employment generation, my lord, that how many person they have already engaged? Working, they have engaged here 200 plus at
No,
present.
that's not employment
Yes.
generation. You argue, but you
But
argue,
in industry also, my lord, how many persons are engaged? Maybe 10, maybe 20, maybe 100, maybe 200, 300 also. It is a big industry. So that called my lord employment generation. It is not that, my lord, it should be a school or college or vocational type only when they will, if they pass out, but they may get employment, they may not get employment. So many ITIs are there. Is there, my lord, that they are, although they have been trained, they may not get employment. So here, how many persons already engaged? The definition is, my lord, like this only. How many persons is getting employment? That is important. If 200 persons are getting employment, the 200 families have been supported by this unit. 200 families, minimum 200 families, they are getting support. These families are running from this unit. So it is not. Some industry maybe have 50, some industry may have 40 or 100 also. So these families have been, my lord, getting employment generation because of the support from they are getting salary from the industry. They are getting salary from the school or service sector. A hotel, my lord, a hotel may be from 10, 15, 20 to, my lord, it may rise to 200 also, 15, my lord, 200, 300 also.
so how many employees are there in your school?
200 plus 200, almost 50, my lord, 45 or something, my lord, 44 or 45.
200 and?
At present, my lord, 244 or 45, my lord.
Anything on record to show that?
If your lordship, I can.
Page
in the list,
44,
my lord, they can
page
give that.
44.
Page?
At the time of filing, because it was filing, my lord,
Regular employees 52 and others 33.
20,
Page 44.
2020 it was filed. Now
Page 43.
44, lordship. 44.
it was 44. Now it is. That is, my lord, 2018, when they have submitted the application.
Regular employees 52.
Covered under EPC, EPIC 52. Contractual employee 0, others not covered under 33. 33 and 52 at that time, when the application has been submitted initially. That means 3, 2, 5, 85 million. When the application was submitted, it was 2018, now 2023. So class and other facilities have been, my lord, expanded. That's why if your lordship, they can give me on mail or WhatsApp, my lord, the employees list that must be maintained in their register, my lord. Or salary register.
In a read petition, you are going to send a WhatsApp to whom? To
No,
the
my
judge?
lord, I can take a printout and submit before your lordship. If they send it, my lord.
That is up to
Because that
you.
question
You
is-
have to make out your case. If you want
Here,
to
my lord,
submit, you
that at the
submit.
time of application for the registration, at that time, my lord, 85 employees were there. But at present, it has been increased to more than 200. Less than 250. Because it is standard, sir. Class criminal standard, sir.
Yes.
And heavy one, at present, given. Huh? That's it, good. He did the tricks by behind. Huh? 14. Yes. এইটো ইনফৰমেশ্যন খিনি আনিব মেছেজ দি দিয়া কথাটো প্ৰেজেণ্ট কিমান এমপ্লয়ী আছে সেই কথা ক'লে ইণ্টাৰভিউ তোমাৰ মেইল কৰি দিব তোমাৰ মেইল কৰি দিব আৰু কোনদিনাৰ পৰা ক্লাছ ষ্টাৰ্ট তাতে টাইম ল'ব 14 ফিক্স কৰিব Now I'm placing the cabinet decision, annexure 5 minor, page 39. That the Union Cabinet, wherefrom the minor scheme has originated after the cabinet decision. The Union Cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, has approved the proposal of the Department of Commerce to give focused attention to 12 identified champion service sectors for promoting their development and realizing their potential. These include information technology and information technology enabled services, IT and ITS, tourism and hospitality service, medical value travel, transport and logistic service, accounting and finance services, audio visual services, legal services, communication services, construction and related engineering services, environmental services, financial services, and education services. If we go through the subject, my lord, they are not vocational institution that they will accounting and finance services. Means, my lord, how many person they have engaged? That is important. Here, my lord, it is misinterpreting. Accounting and finance service, they are giving service to other companies, maybe government, maybe different companies. So how many person they have engaged? It is not that, my lord, they are giving training, my lord, and from that training, somebody will seek for job. Engineering service, environmental service, financial service, all this service means, my lord, how many person they have engaged? But my learned friend has misinterpreted, my lord, whether, but here it is not, my lord, written, my lord, that vocational training. Yes, education service. Education service means, my lord, that school, college, or anything, my lord, whoever is engaged in that particular institution. The cabinet has also directed the ministries, departments concerned with these sectors to utilize the available draft sectoral plans to finalize and implement the action plans for the identified champion service sectors. The respective line ministries, departments shall finalize the action plans and the implementation timeline along with a monitoring mechanism to monitor implementation under the overall guidance of the Committee of Secretaries and under Cabinet Secretary. A dedicated fund of so-and-so has been proposed to be established to support initiative for sectoral action plans for the champion sectors. In fact, this initiative will enhance the comprehensive of India's service sectors through the implementation of focused and monitored action plans, thereby promoting GDP growth, creating more jobs, and promoting exports to global markets. Creating more jobs, that is one of the important. And my lord, regarding paying of GST, the school also paying GST, what subsidy they are getting, in comparison to that, it's nothing, my lord. Some initial support has been given by giving the subsidy. Otherwise, my lord, the whole life, the institution have to pay the GST or whatever tax is the relevant time. Employment generation potential. Services sector in India has immense employment potential. The proposal will enhance the competitiveness of India's service sectors through the implementation of focus and monitored action plans, thereby creating more jobs in India, contributing to a higher GDP and exports of service to global markets. This account service, other service, my lord, engineering service, there, my lord, they are open to global market and people are giving, my lord, services. As I know, my lord, the TCS is engaged so many persons. So they are from America, from UK, from other European countries. They are, my lord, sending all bank details, this, that, and everything is done in India only nowadays. Benefits. As the services sector contributes significantly to India's GDP, exports and job creation, increased productivity and competitiveness of the champion service sectors will further boost exports of various services from India. That's what is presently going on for last 10 years, 15 years. Embedded services are a substantial part of goods as well. Thus, competitive services sector will add to the competitiveness of the manufacturing sector as well. The year 2022 marks 75th anniversary of India's independence. The action plan to be prepared and implemented by the ministerial departments concerned shall develop a vision for each of these identified champion sectors in the year 2022 and enumerate steps that indeed to be taken to achieve that vision. Share of India's service sectors of global export is +1 in 2015 compared to 7. Based on this initiative, a global demand has been envisaged for 2022. The share of service gross mentioned. So, my lord, the service sectors, the champion service sectors, it is focused that they generate employment so that not only in India, in other countries also they can give service like account service, engineering service, other services. Presently that is going on also, my lord. The TCS and others, as I know, my lord, they are doing for Bank of America, Bank of other banks in UK, many banks from America. The persons here, my lord, sitting in an employment here, they are doing the job, my lord, accounting and everything. Accordingly, my lord, we have submitted the application. In page 42, that is the application, my lord, Northeast Industrial Development Scheme. And on page 46, one office memorandum is there, my lord. That minutes of the meeting of the subject, minutes of the meeting of the Empire Committee held under the championship of Secretary, Department of Industry, Health Policy and Promotion on 30th January 2019 to consider applications for registration under Northeast Industrial Development Scheme needs 2017. The undersigned is directed to forward herewith minutes of the above meeting held on so and so under the chairmanship of Secretary, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade for information further necessary action. Here, my lord, the copy has been given to my lord Secretary Education also. Page 47, copy to my lord, serial number 12, Secretary, Department of Higher Education, Sastri Bhavan, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Road, New Delhi. It transpires, my lord, it seems that, my lord, education is also concerned. Therefore, my lord, the copy has been given to the Secretary, Department of Higher Education. Now, my lord, the improvement order. Page 48. Minutes of the second meeting of the Employment Committee held under the chairmanship of Secretary, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion of so-and-so, consider application for registration of the so-and-so. Here, my lord, it was Empire Committee has considered and my case was rejected. That is in page 5050, serial number 5. The committee, after detailed discussion, decided to reject the application for grant of registration under needs 2017 for following one unit. Name of the unit, so-and-so, Vidyasagar Foundation, Shiksha School Unit, Dibrugarh, so-and-so. The committee was informed that Vidyasagar Foundation Dibrugarh is a service sector and is engaged in operation of day boarding cum residential school. Project cost and valuation of plant and machinery as per available documents is table below. The committee observed that school is an entity which is not permissible for commercial purpose. The committee also observed that schools cannot be an industrial unit. After detailed discussion, the committee rejected the application of Messrs. Vidyasagar Foundation for grant of registration under needs 2007. They did not consider that But industrial needed, but regarding service sector, they are silent. Thereafter, I filed application, my lord. Page 51, prayer for reconciliation of registration under needs. So explanation has been given, but no reply has been given from their end. Giving details of.
The scheme is still in force, the industrial policy.
Not sure up to 2022. Expired.
In pendency of the repetition, it is expired.
That
So
is
if
in
it
the
is
notice.
expired, is there any interim order from the court?
No
No,
interim
no
order,
interim order is there.
only rule was issued, my lord. Because there is no scope of any interim, my lord.
No, but if it
I
has
try to give
expired
protection.
today, if the court allows a petition,
So many, my lord, order has been passed by different courts, my lord, regarding, because by that time final order comes, my lord, scheme expires.
can you show me one such order?
No, got this order, my lord. Earlier I have shown, my lord, some books, it was reported in books, my lord. Reported
Yes.
in books, my lord, in Meghalaya also 2007, it was expired. I thought, my lord, many cases there. And these were reported, single also, division also, they went to Supreme Court also, my lord. And Union of India, they went to Supreme Court, but my Supreme Court,
The judgments are here, the copies are given.
the copy is not given, my lord. I placed the books earlier, my lord. If your lordship has written, I can, because I don't remember the exact, my lord. If it is written there, my lord, they can take other books from library only. Dear my lord, scheme was expired in, my lord, 31st of March 2007. And they have ultimately received the money, my lord, 2011. And before expiry, they have filed the cases. And 8, 9, I think up to 9, my lord, the cases were, my lord, first single bench I own, division bench also own. Then they went to Supreme Court, there they dismissed the SLP. A second, third batch also. These were, my lord, single division, both were reported. And there are, after also, my lord, so many cases, one bunch of cases that is reported, single judge, Honorable Justice Surana has passed. Earlier, my lord, 4 judges passed and 5 read petitions. Onima Hazarika, Honorable Justice Onima Hazarika, Jalvian, my lord. Honorable Justice 5. These are appeal were filed on by the Union State, my lord. Thereafter, again, it was reverted back. Again, my lord, Justice Surana, my lord, allowed all these repetition again, second time hearing. Thereafter, my lord, again, they have filed, and Honorable Justice Saurabh Goswami and my lord, they have allowed, dismissed the appeal. Thereafter, only they got the money. So many years has gone, I think, and then 9 years has gone in litigation. And scheme was long back, my lord, expired, but they have received the money. These are some of the.
So all right, that is your
reported.
submission. That is your submission, you have made it. Acha,
they are
Mr. Huh?
That is my submission, but my lord, that whether industry is not, my lord, that Bangalore water supply. Yeah, 1978, that I have want to place it, and if
So,
your lordship
so
want the
Mr.
documents-
Chakraborty, according to you, school is not an employment generating. They say it is not a commercial purpose.
Not sure exactly. It's a.
When the judge, when I come back, give me an example of a legal service which is commercial, which is not, you see,
Account
which
service,
fits into the same category and generates huge employment. Given an instance in the context of Northeast, a legal service which is generating huge employment, 200 people are employed, and commercial purpose,
So far as
legal
200, there
service,
is nothing on
commercial.
record. There is nothing on record. to
Are
show.
lawyers doing commercial work?
Exactly, no.
Then why legal service is included and not education? Why legal service is included?
Legal
and not-
service, may I lordship? That was lordship, legal service is also not included in under the needs scheme.
This,
No, the cabinet memorandums.
that is only press release. That is only a press release.
Release for all over India. It's nothing to do with needs, Lordship. May I
Where is the cabinet? Yes, you are reading from page 51.
Yes, my lord. One, that my lord, regarding my lord, some queries. Thereafter. An application was filed after rejection, my lord. That is, my lord, the reply was given by but page 59, annex 10. The Undersecretary to the Government of India, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and by the, my lord, Additional Director. Shakti, my lord. The, with reference to the subject cited above, I have honor to inform you that Vidyasagar Foundation Shiksha Valley School is a service sector unit engaged in operation of day boarding cum residential school and applied for registration under NIDA 2017. The empowered committee meeting held on so-and-so rejected the proposal with the observation that school is an entity which is not permissible for commercial purpose. The committee also observed that schools cannot be an industrial unit. The unit has submitted a prayer for reconsideration the registration. This is for your kind information and necessary action. It was forwarded by the, my lord, Additional Director, Commissioner of Industries and Commerce, Assam. The school has been started, my lord, from 1st of August 2018. Class was started from 1st of August 2018. After one, my lord, how much they have spent? Page 60, my lord, 60. They have taken bank loan, Shiksha Valley School, unit of Vidyasagar Foundation. Particulars of various loans availed, year-wise outstanding balance of loan accounts along with year-wise interest payment. Net fee from net fee so-and-so allowance for lots of loan. Into pandemic also. The subsidies are given to give initial supports because they take bank loans, this, that might not use investment is required. All industries might not land, building, plant and machinery. So initial support is given, otherwise my lord, government is recovering from the GST nowadays, my lord. They are giving huge income from the GST. The school is still paying GST. Earlier also, my lord, if the
School is paying GST.
yes, my lord, 18%. That's why GST registration is my lord necessary. And all industries also paying GST. So my lord, government is running from the huge income getting from the industry. That's why meager amount is, say my lord, 1 crore, 2 crore they will give. But my lord, in 5 years or 10 years, my lord, they will earn many crores from the GST. So it's the initial backup, my lord, the people are encouraged, they come for investment. But investment means, my lord, mostly bank loan, otherwise, my lord, huge amount one cannot invest because of the building or my lord, plant and machinery. Huge amount is required. So government is thinking to give initial backup so that my lord, industries or my lord, investors can survive. That is the intention.
So you wanted to place some judgment, is it? You want to place some judgment?
Judgment, my lord. Regarding my lord, that after the time is over, they have received it. That my lord, I have to get it from library. At lunchtime, I can give the judgment to her. If your lordship is dictating now, but Mr. Kolita was also present in the my lord hearing. He knows. No, Justice Surana.
I don't remember.
No.
No,
Remember anything
Mr. Secretary, listen, this is not how court proceedings.
Yes,
happen.
my lord.
Who was present, who knows about it, we are not concerned. I'm asking you, if you want to rely upon any decision, you are free to do it. That's all I'm saying. Beyond that, nothing more. If
Yes,
you want to
ma'am.
rely, you rely. If you don't want to rely, you don't
Absolutely.
rely. Choice is yours.
Yes, my lord. If your lordship just now delivered a judgment, then my
I
lord,
can't say that.
I'm unable to provide.
I can only say that if you want just now, it could be a dismissal. You want that? Otherwise, we are not yet finished the
No, my
hearing.
lord, only on that point, whether my lord, after the scheme is over, they are entitled to get benefit or not. Otherwise, the 99% merit will
That
be
is
your
all
own
right.
case.
At the
That will be
moment,
your own case, my lord.
at the moment, the hearing is going on. So
Yes, sir.
question of when the judgment will be given will come later. At this stage, we have pointed out the facts.
Yes, my lord.
Now, I'm asking you, is there any decision, any authority you want to rely on today? If not, no problem. If you want to rely upon, then you may do it. Then we'll go to the other side. Before hearing the matter,
School-
before getting a
school-
full
yes, my
view,
lord.
I cannot say when the judgment can be delivered, whether it's today
Yes,
or
ma'am.
tomorrow.
Regarding Bangalore water.
But you do
supply,
have some arguable point. We'll ask them to reply.
only I want to place at, in my hand, my lord, that is there, that 1978 Supreme Court, my lord, page 548.
You got it?
One paragraph I'd like to read. my lord.
That issue is not in dispute. The school is an industry. That is not, we are not disputing. School is an industry that is.
School is an industry, but you are disputing that, no? School is cannot be industry. That is, my lord, page 584.
No, here you are coming as service sector, not as industrial unit. It is definitely not an industrial unit. It may be an industry in some sense, but you are coming in as service sector. Education is a part of the service sector. So service
sector,
sector.
This is an admitted fact in the, my lord, cabinet decision as well as, my lord, in the scheme also, my lord, that it is a school, other thing. my
So
lord,
according to you, it is
hospital,
an industrial unit.
Hospital, these are in bigger sense industry, but my lord, there is the sub clause that these are under service sector, industry under service sector. There are two
No,
sectors.
industry
One
it
is
is, but
manufacturing.
industry it is, but under the scheme, what is relevant is industrial unit, not industry. Everything is an industry. Where some effort is put in to put up something, it is an industry.
Yes, ma'am.
We are not concerned with that.
But they, in the scheme, they have included page 30.
What
Yes,
they have
ma'am.
included.
That means industrial undertaking or eligible
No,
service
that
sector.
is
in it.
industrial unit. We are talking
Service
about.
sector in it.
It-
That has been included, my lord. Industrial
Shweta,
unit means,
do not destroy your case. You are not understanding the queries. I am asking industry is one thing and industrial unit is another thing.
yes, ma'am.
So the scheme documents refers to industrial unit.
Unit, yes,
They are saying yours is not an industrial unit.
yes.
But according to you, it is a service sector unit.
Service sector.
Why are you saying no? Is it an industrial unit or a
What I
service sector?
understand, my lord, the in clause D, 5 clause D, industrial unit means any industrial undertaking or eligible service sector in. What I understand, my lord, that
Okay.
service sector in it, other than that run departmentally by government,
Okay,
which is a registered business enterprise under goods and services tax. Other may be paying tax, but they are not industries, but my lord, industrial undertaking or eligible service sector in it.
all right.
So I falls in, my lord, service sector in it.
Service sector unit.
Yes,
So that is how you come in the industrial unit.
yes, my lord, that's.
All right.
that will submit. One thing, my lord, that the recent affidavit, they have filed, my lord, 2017, but they have again filed, my lord, 2007 scheme also. I don't know for what purpose they have filed. At page 82, they have enforced the policy of, my lord, 2007. Where all these decisions shall come.
Page 82.
Page 82 of the affidavit, my lord. Why they have enforced, I don't know, but that is not relevant at all at present time. Because this is a new scheme, nothing. So many cases have been done under, my lord, this 2007. my
On
lord, policy.
27th February, the affidavit that has been
Yes, my
filed.
lord. Why, my lord, they have enclosed it, I have failed to understand.
We'll ask them.
Obliged.
Lordship, the whole, this notice, industrial policies committee from this cabinet decision, Lordship, this is for it, Lordship will take up that package, Lordship. Lordship, page 66,
Page 66 of your last affidavit.
last page. Additional to, may I read, Lordship? The introductory part.
Just,
Lordship.
just a minute. Just a minute. What is the running page number?
Lordship will start from the introductory part, page 65, Lordship.
Yes,
The proposal seeks the approval of the Union Cabinet for the Northeast Industrial Development Scheme 2008 to promote industrialization in northeastern states, including Sikkim. Background, Lordship. The government of India has from time to time taken measures for promoting industrial growth and employment in industrially backward state of northeastern region, including Sikkim. In 2007, Government of India had approved a package of fiscal incentive under Northeast Industrial Investment Promotion Policy. 2000 with effect from 2007 for a period of 10 years up to so and so, Lordship. The benefit available under this scheme. So these are the benefit which will be available, Lordship. Now, Lordship now we come to the next page, Lordship. Page 66. The evaluation agency recommended inter alia that focus may be given on promotion of micro, small, medium enterprises sector in as they contribute in the big way to employment generation. Focus may be given to state of so and so. Then Lordship, serial number 5. NEP 2000 may be aligned with national manufacturing policy which will give more effective result in promoting manufacturing, increasing employment, contributing more to the GDP. Then 6, Lordship, service sector promotion such as IT industry, call center, medical transcription unit, and bureau. Which service sector will give thirst, Lordship? That has been identified, Lordship. And industries and ventures in tourism sectors, the service sector which will be given thirst has been identified, Lordship.
that is for 2007 scheme.
No, it has been continued, Lordship. This evaluated, then is this taken into consideration while framing the 2017 scheme, Lordship? That will, Lordship, front page 65, Lordship.
You have not yet left for Odisha.
Lordship,
You are not left for Odisha yet.
tomorrow, Lordship.
Much.
Lordship, this 2.3 is important, Lordship. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs in its meeting held on so and so modification on some provision of NEP 2007 and approved inter alia. This Lordship is continuing the 2007. We are evaluating that and then framing this 2017 scheme, Lordship. Then Lordship may skip for the moment from Lordship may read Lordship constitution of a committee under the chairmanship of Chief Executive Officer Niti Aayog consisting of secretaries of Ministry of Department of Development of Northeastern Region, donor expenditure, commerce, skill development and entrepreneurship, micro and small enterprises, textile, tourism, health and family welfare, power, industrial policy and promotion to examine the suggest roadmap for a new industrial policy. So these are the departments. These are the department, Lordship. Here education has not been given thus. General education has not been given thus upon, Lordship. Now, one more important, Lordship, page 67, point number 26, Lordship, 2.6. It says that when analyzing the implementation of NI 2000, it was noticed that capital intensive unit had availed maximum benefits. So school in general is a capital investment, Lordship. Since units were registered with respective state government, there was no control over the number of financial commitment of the central government, leading to the budgetary allocation being severely inadequate. So Lordship, this, we have a limited resources. We cannot engulf upon so all the sectors, Lordship. So we have given a thrust upon which where we have to give an importance, Lordship. Then Lordship may come to page 78, Lordship. Speaks about the employment generation potential, Lordship. The proposed scheme is aimed at promotion of industrialization in northeastern state. The proposed scheme will motivate potential entrepreneurs to set up their industry in northeastern region, which will lead to employment generation in the region. The scheme also provides for according precedence to MSME unit, which generates more employment in comparison to capital intensive units. It also covers selected industrial unit and service sector and also encourages establishment of a vocational education center. So service sector in education, we are emphasizing on vocational education center. What service sector will be included, that will Lordship will find at page 84.
Seven scheme.
Hmm? 2007. Vocational training of the come to this committee. If anything, we want to, 86 of 86, the committee, these are the committee has been with these people. These are the people. So these are the departments, these are the sectors which will be taken into consideration.
Yes.
Lordship, page 86, Lordship. The committee has been formed by issuing an office memorandum, Lordship, for which ministry will form the Lordship, the committee, constituent of the committee that has been laid down, Lordship. Lordship, Chief Executive Officer Niti Aayog, the Secretary Ministry of Development on Northeastern Region, Secretary Ministry of Skill Development, then MSME, Textile, Tourism, Health and Family Welfare, Power, Commerce, Expenditure, Industrial Policy and Promotion, Joint Secretary, Department of Industrial and Social. Lordship, your education has not been included, any ministry for this education, Lordship, general education.
Mr. Chakraborty, you know what is the problem?
Lordship.
Problem is, why have you drafted the definitions in your scheme in that manner then? That is the problem. You are right. But then your definitions do not exclude. How is the court of law supposed to interpret?
That has been defined what is industrial unit, what will be manufacturing process, what will be the output, that has been.
No, you please come back to that. Page 30.
Page 30, Lordship.
Yes. There are only 3 relevant clauses here which will have a role to play. One is negative list. Those are in the negative list, they are out.
Oh.
Amongst those who are not in the negative list, it can be divided into 2 categories. One is, broadly speaking, manufacturing units. Other are those which come within the service sector. Correct. Now, in the industrial unit, the definition both are included. But it only says eligible service sectors. Where is the list of eligible service sectors? That cannot be interpreted from the cabinet memorandum.
Lordship, one thing, Lordship, this scheme doesn't seem as a matter of right. It's only you can apply. That's Lordship, if we take our decisions on a well-defined policy, Lordship, whether that decision policy will be can be interfered with, Lordship.
So that you may be right. But that's what we are asking, whether any other school has been given the benefit or
No, Lordship, not a single school, not a single school, Lordship. That has been given in the order rejecting the application, Lordship.
All right.
And Lordship, we have also defined what is commercial commencement to commercial production. The school in general does not mean the commercial production at all, Lordship. That has been defined in 5A. Then there is 5C, finished goods. School neither producing any finished goods also, Lordship. Lordship, apart from that, Lordship, I'll be relying on a decision, Lordship. Key decision, Lordship. One is the Balco case, Lordship. I'll be relying on paragraph 92 and 98, Lordship. In matters of economic policy, Lordship, that court's role are limited. That Balco case, Lordship. And other is that this is a case, Lordship, where an education policy was framed in the state of Himachal Pradesh, Lordship. Para 29 is the relevant, Lordship. So some changes were brought in, Lordship. So some school which are agreed, they filed that, Lordship.
In the under the 2007 scheme, was any
No,
school?
it was a Himachal Pradesh education policy basis.
No. Under the 2007 scheme, there was a 2007 policy also, no?
Lordship.
Was any incentive or any benefit given to any school under the earlier policy?
Perhaps no, Lordship. It's only service sector, there's a earlier school was not given, if I'm reading. Paragraph 29, Lordship, from the decision, may I read, Lordship?
1 minute. Paragraph 21.
29, Lordship.
Yes.
The contention put forth before us that there are factual inaccuracies in the statement recorded by the cabinet secretary in his note and therefore must be deemed to be vitiated and so.
You're reading from which? Himachal Pradesh?
Lordship. This Union of India versus Lieutenant General Rajendra Singh Kadian.
No, this is another judgment he is giving. This is state of HP and others versus Himachal Pradesh, Niji, Vyavasai.
Lordship, I'm sorry, Lordship, that will, yes, Lordship, page 9 and 11, Lordship. Page 9 and, paragraph 9 and 11, Lordship. I'm sorry, Lordship, paragraph 9 and 11. Paragraph 9, may I read, Lordship? As rightly pointed out, Mr. Altaf Ahmed, without any argument having been heard, without there being any question raised by any party as the validity of the cabinet decision dated so and so, and without the same being in question or any relief sought for in the petition, the High Court has gone into the said decision of the cabinet having taken place after the judgment was reserved. The decision of the cabinet generally ought not to have been interfered with the judicial review so likely as has been done in the present case. The question of cabinet decision with analyzing the pros and cons in a manner seeks to restrict the state's constitutional authority and power to frame policy, especially in such vital areas like imparting technical education, is not acceptable. Then, Lordship, paragraph 11, Lordship. The last two concluding line, Lordship, sentence, Lordship. Inasmuch as ultimately it is the responsibility of the state to provide good education, training, and employment, it is best suited to frame a policy or either modified, alter a decision depending on the circumstances based on the relevant and acceptable materials. The court do not substitute its views in the decision of state government with regard to policy matters. In fact, the court must refuse to sit as an appellate authority or super legislator to weigh the wisdom of the legislation or policy decision of the government unless it runs counter to the maintained of the constitution. So we have a well-defined policy, Lordship. We are taking that the school in general will not be applicable, only the vocational training, which impart vocational training and skill development will be applicable. So whether Lordship will interfere in that matter, Lordship, being a policy decision, Lordship. Now, Lordship, my friend will.
No.
You say your friend says no.
No, Lordship,
What is to be done?
what I'm saying is that Lordship, he has already covered everything and my role is very minimal, Lordship. Only thing.
Advocate and we rely on paragraph 92 and 98, Lordship.
Sorry?
2002, 2 SCC, 333, paragraph 92 and 90.
Just get the volume and write down the paragraph.
Lordship, I'll just point out couple of things, Lordship. First of all, Lordship, that my learned friend has been relying on this Annexure 5, page 39. This is a Lordship, this has nothing to do with needs, the scheme of 2007, page 39, your Lordship.
Yes.
So this is a this seems like a clip they have taken from internet, and it says that PIB Delhi. So PIB Delhi may be Press India, Press Information Bureau. The cabinet approves action plan, champion sectors in service. So Lordship, my learned friend is already read out. I'm not going to read it again, but it doesn't have anything to do with any connection with needs. It's generally, it states that the service sectors should be promoted and which are the service sectors they have identified. So this is all about this annexure, Lordship. It has nothing to do with needs scheme as such. So now, secondly, Lordship, now Lordship is very much well aware that every scheme and policy, Lordship, there is an object to be achieved. There's a purpose behind bringing in a policy. These are all development policies. So legislature has an intent to bring in the policies, and which are the sectors, which are the people, which are the mass will be giving the benefit that has been in their mind. So Lordship, as far as Lordship is correct that like this, I agree with your Lordship that in the needs policy as the definition that has been given, that is little bit not very clear. It's not very clear. So for that, Lordship, like proper, if we want to interpret it properly and get the proper definition, that Lordship will have to look into the cabinet, what was there in the cabinet meeting, and what exactly cabinet wanted to bring in, and what exactly has been approved by the cabinet.
So lordship, my learned friend has already read out. So lordship, the cabinet meeting was formed. The stakeholders have been called, all higher level officers have been called of the departments which will be covered. So in this note, lordship, cabinet note, I have gone through the whole note. There is nowhere it has been mentioned about education sector at all. Secondly, lordship, everywhere lordship will find a mention of the investment in plant and machinery, investment in plant and machinery. So like they are emphasizing on the subsidies that will be given only where the plant and machinery has been installed and the investment they have made in the plant and machinery. That is second thing. The third thing, lordship, as for this, for implementation of this needs policy, lordship, there is an operational guideline. So as per the operational guideline, there is an application format here also. So application format, they'll have to apply. So I'll just take 1 second of your lordship's time to take your lordship to this annexure, which is the application lordship. This is page 42. It starts from page 42, your lordship.
Yes.
So in the format itself, lordship, what basically lordship I'm trying to bring in that in the format itself, there is no scope of giving any, for educational institute, there is no column, there is nothing like that. So here, lordship, what says like is page 42, page 42, form of business enterprise. So they have written towards the bottom here, lordship, trust and society. So this is a trust and society. Then lordship will find the investment part. It's very interesting, lordship, because on the investment part only they will get the incentive if they get at all. So page 43 here, lordship. So here lordship will find here only has been mentioned about the details of capital investment proposed. Lordship has got it. So here lordship, the details have been given. Land and site development, they have given some amount. Nature and title, land area, civil construction, that's fine. Then it comes to plant machinery, components and items. So school doesn't have any plant machinery, component and items. School will never have it. So from this lordship, if we read this this application format as well as lordship, the cabinet note by virtue of which this policy has been enacted, then if we read overall and the holistically the whole thing, then lordship, this that definition part is little bit limited. That I agree with your lordship, but otherwise lordship, this was not envisaged at all. For school as a service sector, school will be given benefit. It was never envisaged at all. And lordship, while dismissing rejecting their application, that has been intimated to the. That is the reason why it was intimated to the education department also. That has been lordship. It is there that the copy has been marked there because while rejecting this, that department should be aware that like this educational institutions are not covered under the needs scheme. They may be covered under the other subsidy schemes, but like as far as needs is concerned,
Are they covered under any other subsidies?
no, I do not have any. I don't have any information about this. That I do not know. But as far as this scheme is concerned, it was not envisaged at all. So in my humble submission, also they do not have any case for this for claiming this subsidy. This is my humble submission.
Yes, my lord. I would like to place the reply regarding the cabinet decision, my lord. In page 29, where the notification was issued on 12 April 2018, in the initial also it is stated that in pursuance of the decision taken by the cabinet in its meeting held on so and so. So pursuant to cabinet decision only this scheme has been for notification has been subsequently issued. Number 1. Number 2, my lord. Number 2, my lord, you stated, my lord, that regarding plant and machinery, that is 4.4, my lord. And to page 29 itself, the total benefits from all components of the scheme put together, service and so in it, plant and machinery for the service sector, industrial needs shall include cost of construction of building. Skip that, my lord, intentionally. Plant and machinery is fine. For the service sector, industrial needs shall include cost of construction of building and all other durable physical assets basic to the running of that particular service industry. Exclude cost of land and consumable disposable. Here in a school, my lord, plant and machinery means laboratory and computer mainly. Computer classes are there, huge computers. And land and building. In a school or hotel, my lord. So not only the plant and machinery, in the manufacturing industry, plant and machinery is the main subject. But here, my lord, in a hotel or in a school, land and building is main, my lord, because huge buildings are necessary to open so many classes.
So what do you have
Hotels
to
also.
say in response to their argument
Yes, my lord,
that the cabinet decision never intended to extend benefit to the education?
exactly. Pursuant to the cabinet decision only, this scheme has been framed, number one.
I'm saying something completely
Yes,
different.
sorry, ma'am.
They are saying the cabinet decision never intended to extend any benefit under the scheme to any school, general type of school. But it was only vocational schools and training institutions which were within the ambit of the cabinet's consideration. That is the reason neither any school has applied nor any school has been given the benefit. That's their argument. What do you have to say on that?
So, my lord, the education service has been, my lord, included in the cabinet decision.
No,
clearly.
that's another thing. The
School has been
the
applied or
query
not?
is that no school has
Yes.
applied for this because everybody knew that this scheme, the idea behind the policy is totally different. That is why nobody came forward, except for
That
the
is
petitioner. Nobody.
Not with me, because I don't know, my lord, whether somebody has applied, somebody's case has been rejected, that knowledge is not with me, my lord. That particular, my lord, information is not with me, my lord, whether somebody has applied or it has been rejected. Because in the notice, there are several states who has applied, who has got, or who has not rejected, that information I don't have. But, my lord, according to what the law says, that means, my lord, service sector, that has been included. And not only plant and machinery, it has been building and other, my lord, machinery means, my lord, computers, other infrastructure of the laboratories, that may be included. My submission, my lord. And
Yes.
secondly, my lord, he was talking about, my lord, page 42. He was showing, my lord, that civil construction being done. They are also, my lord, that plant and machinery. This may be a cost of some of the machinery, my lord, which is required, my lord, computer, laboratory, or my lord, three things, I don't know, my lord. And my lord, copy has been given, that is, my lord, the second meeting, copy has been given, but the rejection action, actually, my lord, meeting was held on, 30th January 2019, and here it is, my lord, February. January 2019, my case was rejected, my lord. Approval also, ma'am. I could not, sorry, my lord, I could not prepare, my lord, some personal mishaps have been happened with me, my lord. I don't know, my lord.
Sorry, you could not prepare.
I could not prepare, my lord. Well,
Prepare what? The case?
my son was, my lord, attacked in the home, my lord, by dacoits.
Oh. What is the matter? Give us some water. What is happening?
I could not prepare well, my lord, because of something.
Some home front, some issues are going on, maybe.
Yes, my lord, my son was attacked by dacoit. He is not for 10% is survived, my lord. He is bedridden for last 1 month.
Acha, you want to prepare again and argue or something like that?
No, my lord, not at all, because I am not in a mental condition, my lord, again. As junior also, her mother is hospitalized, in-laws are hospitalized, some personal things are going on, so she is also unable to come.
No, that's all right.
Yes,
We are
my lord.
ready
So
to
whatever
accommodate
judgment-
you.
No, my lord, I am Not that, yeah, whatever your lordship feel, my lord, because that is a big incident with me, my lord. Last 40 years, we are staying in that home, my lord. Nothing has.
No, no,
happened,
I'm
not
very
even
sorry
anything.
to
Yes, my lord.
hear, I mean, absolutely, but why didn't you tell the court in the beginning? We could have accommodated you.
Lord, because
Even now,
are
if you
also-
want to,
they are also, my lord, pressing, my lord. It's nothing is, my lord, there, because he has survived.
what is to
But
be
he is
done?
badly attacked, my lord. Dokaits were
That's
hiding in
what
the
I'm saying.
bathroom.
I'm very sorry to
Yes, my
hear
lord, he
about.
was hiding in the bathroom, and in the midnight, he attacked my son, my lord. I was locked, and my lord, on 1st of February, 31st of night. And he's very serious, he's still in bed, but
You are
I
put,
could
you
not
are
bring
put
the
the court in
judgment
a very
because the same
difficulty.
difficulties going on to my junior also. Our mother is hospitalized, he is in hospital for many days, heart operation, something is going on, my lord. But anyway, your lordship can pass the judgment because very soon I'm leaving the practice also. All the time, my lord, client making queries, my lord, that also I don't like, my lord, very difficult to reply. But maybe some labs, I did not get the books, my lord.
No,
That's
that's okay. Don't worry about these things. We'll see what is the, but the
Yes, my lord, as your lordship like, my lord,
decisions
whatever
will
fit,
be
I have
only
no
basis of-
grievances, my lord, against the court, my lord.
But do you
Whatever
want,
is fit,
do you
but
want
I
to
feel
say-
sorry
add
that my-
something? Do you want to add something? Then we'll fix it tomorrow if you want to add something.
My lord, I can get the judgments if your lordship want. One is that, my lord, 2005, that my lord, hyper, that should not be taken, my lord, in, my lord, government is, with some intention is providing the subsidy. So, my lord, your lordship has written in a note that particular, but regarding the other subsidy, 2007 subsidy, there are so many reported judgments, my lord, I could not bring that. If your lordship want, my lord, I
I
can.
understand.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Sekya.
Otherwise, my
What
lord-
I'm asking is,
No, my lord. I'm not-
whatever you ask
Mentally,
for,
I'm
we are,
not, mentally, I'm not fit, my lord.
so close it then.
Yes, my lord, your second close.
Heard Mr. Miss and Sekya, I counsel preparing for it. The petitioner also heard Mr. B. Chakravarti, Lawrence CBC, representing the respond numbers
1 and 2 and 3.
2 and 3, and Mr. Kalita for?
1 and 4 also. 1 and
Then you write like this, Mr. A. Kalita, and counsel for respond numbers 1 and 4, and Mr. B. Chakravarti for respondents 2 and 3. Arguments Mr. S.K. Medhi, Mr. P.K. Medhi, Learned Council is present on behalf of? Huh?
He's also.
Achha, both of you?
Yes.
B. Chakravarti and anybody else? No, only 2. For 2 and 3. Arguments concluded, judgment reserved. Get that book.
I will give the judgments, my lord, tomorrow morning. To have.
The petitioner has challenged the decision of a disciplinary proceeding, whereby the petitioner was compulsorily retired from service. He was an assistant manager commercial working for the NRL. This matter, I'm led by Mr. K.N. Chaudhary, learned senior advocate. He just went out, he was here,
It will take some time.
It'll take some time.
Okay.
In fact,
Today,
11
this
is
court is not there in the second half.
second.
What to do? I'll not keep it as part heard. If you can finish it off in 20 minutes, then it's another thing.
In that case, my lords, since it's a 2016 matter, my lords, can it be taken up next Tuesday, my lord, if it's convenient for your lordships, my lord?
Next Tuesday.
Ne-
Coming Tuesday.
The coming Thursday, next Thursday, my lord, Tuesday.
Who is the other side counsel?
Other side, for NRL, Mrs. A. Verma appears, my lord. She has engaged Mr. U. Nair, my lord, the learned senior advocate.
So Mr. P. Mohanto, learned counsel is present on behalf of the petitioner.
Next Thursday.
Yes, you are appearing?
Also, my signature is on liking for number 2. But
For U. Nair, my lord,
Yeah.
so for NRL. Tuesday, Thursday, fixed, May.
Accommodation has been paid for.
I'm sorry. Ninth.
Ninth?
Ninth, whenever it's
No,
going.
no, it's not ninth, 16th will do.
16th, lordship.
My lord,
16th.
16, I'm not available.
Then choose a date after that.
No, no.
Mr. Professor Swasan?
The hearing date.
Equals Nalaga, equals Ahipami. On 23rd, my lord, Thursday. 23rd.
Mr. Ekenal and senior counsel is appeared for the respondent.
NRL.
Since the learned arguing counsel, you're also there?
But I'm in the next matter, but it's connected.
Connected,
Because the same inquiry proceedings. I'm for
same
the
incident.
Arises from the same procedure.
only thing, my 23rd, I'll have some difficulty, but
I don't date
Uh,
fix no.
if they start on 23rd and I give it on another day, that's all right. Otherwise, 23rd, I have some difficulty.
You see, Mr.
One
Goswami,
date perhaps.
these things are very difficult now to.
Can it be on the 30th?
There will be some inconvenience to the bar. We cannot go on doing things
Can it be
casually,
on the 30th
leisurely.
of March, madam?
Yeah, but we'll not postpone it.
Oh.
If it is taken up, we'll finish it.
28th of March is also.
28 is agreeable,
28.
28.
I'm waiting.
On the request of learned counsel for both the sides, let this matter be listed again on 28/3. This bench is only for the
second half, there is a DB, madam.
28 March. You write Mr. Ken Chaudhary's name. These matters, actually, then we write Mr. K. Goswami and a senior counsel is present on behalf of the petitioner in item 12. Due to paucity of time, these matters could not be taken up for final hearing today. As such, on the request of learned counsel for both the sides, register to list this case again on 28/3/2023 as fixed items for hearing.
The matter getting to the termination of service matter of the petitioner without giving any opportunity of hearing under the Article 311(2). My lord, only see the impugned order at page 34, my lord. As directed, the service of the Sri Iqbal Hussain Lashkar project that project officer district disaster management authority highlight on the district.
Are these covered matters?
Madam,
Are they?
these are contextual matters.
No, but there are judgment, you are not aware. Several orders have been passed.
Recently, madam.
Yes, okay, you proceed, please.
My lord, his engagement letter, my lord. Engagement letter, page
Where is the engagement letter?
page 17, my lord. 16, 17, my lord.
Hmm.
And rendered annexure B, terms of engagement, at page 19.
So it was pursuant to some selection process.
My lord, and my lord, can you see, his service covered by Assam Civil Service Conduct Rules and Assam Civil Service Discipline and Appeal Rules. So, rule has been followed by the authority. State will terminate the petition from service.
So without any notice, nothing, it has been terminated.
Notice is there, my lord. Notice, my lord, can you see? Proposed notice 25, page 25, my lord. And reply has already also been given, my lord. Proposed notice 25.
Yes, where is your reply? Next page.
Next page, my lord.
So you remain absent how many days? 7 days.
My lord, first 7 days. my lord. And he, then my lord, he applied for EL for 30 days, my lord. And that 30 days also he out of service.
So what is the case?
My lord, finally see, no notice has been issued under the rule, my lord. And my lord, he also entitled the leave, earned leave as part of procedure of law, my lord.
On what basis you say that? Where is the?
It is, my lord, service condition, my lord. My lord, kindly see page 20, last
Page 20.
leave entitlement. Page 20 last. You will be entitled to 15 days casual leave and other leave as per Assam leave rules.
So now this contract, this engagement was for a period of 3 years.
For period of 3 years, he engaged on 24/12/2009. In 2009, since 2009, his service was excellent, madam. He was served in the Moregaon district and then he transferred to the Hailagandi district. There are some dispute between deputy commissioner and any arising.
Sorry?
Some dispute in between deputy commissioner and the petition has arisen earlier. my lord. As a result, my lord, this.
Yes, Mr. Hendrik, what have you got to say?
Lordship, my lord, that I filed my affidavit. Lordship may kindly peruse the order. The annexer G case 19, Lordship, in my affidavit. Affidavit filed by Lordship, response number 1. This is the filing, my lord, that the petitioner filing appeal. My lord, that against the termination order. Lordship. 19, annex.
What you want to show? Which one?
Lordship, my lord, kindly see the conduct of the my lord, that petitioners. Lordship. Most of them, he were my lord, absent from the duty. When the my lord, the disasters, my lord, when the flood come, my lord, he was out of station. My lord, mobile has been switched off.
No, that's not the point.
Lordship.
Point is not whether he is.
My lord, as
Point
per,
is, what was the procedure adopted to
Lordship, my
terminate?
lord, as per the terms and condition, my lord, earlier he was given the warning to rectify his work. That was not been done. And my lord, without informing my lord that the deputy commissioner or my lord the officer, my lord, he leave the my lord that station. My lord, he was given my lord.
You know the question,
Lordship.
and that is the only answer which will determine. Not how, what he did, when he came, that you are entitled to. Only question here is whether the procedure adopted for termination was in accordance with law or not. That's
No, as per the agreement, Lordship, we have followed the my lord that procedure.
well, what does the agreement say that no notice will be
No,
required?
no, notice is not required. Lordship, my lord, can
Yes,
see.
sure.
Lordship, may I kindly see the my lord that agreement,
Yes, where is it?
page 11, Lordship.
Page 11.
Okay.
Page 11 of the writ petition.
Of the my lord that my affidavit also it is there.
Okay.
The duration of contract, Lordship. The contract will be initially for a period of 3 years, subject to annual renewal, Lordship.
Correct.
The second, Lordship, the engagement will be the purely on contractual contract basis, and you will not entitled to claim the right, interest, and the further benefits in terms of regulations or the consideration further of the further appointment of the said post or any post. The service the shall be automatically terminated by expiry of contract period. Lordship, may
Next, Lordship, notwithstanding anything contains here in the, your service will be terminated at any time if you are found guilty or any insubordination, subordination, intemperance, or other misconduct of the Assam service to so and so, so and so. My lord, as per the service rule 7, Lordship may kindly peruse.
No, Mr. Hennig, I'm again repeating, the question is very different.
Okay.
You may terminate his service, he may be guilty of some misconduct, the court has nothing to say with that.
Lordship.
But there is no such finding. You only show caused and he replied and then you terminated. That's
Lordship,
not
my lord,
permissible.
next line, Lordship.
Hmm.
Either party may terminated in contract and then upon 15 days work, written notice has been given to the other parties.
Right.
Accordingly, my lord, as part of the contract, we have given the notice.
I can dictate the judgment just now, but please try to understand the question coming from the court.
Lordship.
We are not on whether he is guilty of misconduct. We are not on whether his service can be terminated. These are not the issues.
Lordship.
The issue is what has been done in this case, is it permissible under the law? You ask a person to show cause, he gives a reply, then you terminate. Is it permissible under the law? That's the question here. Yes or no? If yes, under what principle?
Lordship.
And if it is no, then we'll interfere with the order.
Lordship, my lord, kindly see the Assam Service Disciplinary Appeal Rules, Lordship. Rule 7, Lordship. 7G3, Lordship.
Yes. Remember, you have issued a show cause notice to him. So it is not a case of dispensation.
Lordship,
Rule
my lord,
6.
in Lordship,
You are referring to
Assam
rule
Discipline-
7.
Lordship. 7G, Lordship. Termination of service.
All right.
3, Lordship. The government service who terms the opponent provided in termination service party within notice for a special period. The government's.
Mr. Hendik, please come prepared. We'll take it up on Tuesday
That's-
and finish it off.
Lord-
It's parted matter. Fixed parted.
Tuesday is holiday, my lord.
Huh?
Tuesday is holiday.
Yes, the working Tuesday. Yes, that is what it means. Please come prepared on
Lordship.
this. Huh? If you can satisfy the court, we'll dismiss it. Otherwise, there is no option.
Lordship.
If the only question I'm repeating again is that you extend his services beyond 3 years. He's allowed to work. Let us assume that he has been absent, he has been his dereliction of duty. You issue a show cause notice to him. He submits a reply, then you terminate him. All right. Now, is it permissible under the law? That's the only question.
That a decision, any decision.
And then you say that the Assam Disciplinary Service Rules 1964 will be applicable. This is a major penalty. Termination from service is a major
The
penalty.
contractual employee is not a state government employee, Lordship. That's why, my lord, that's
No, but then
contractual.
why have you said these rules are applicable?
Lordship.
If the rules are applicable, you have to apply it. Mr. Standing Council, Revenue Department, Revenue and Disaster Management Department, Assam. Mr. C.S. Hazarikal and Donald Advocate Assam is also present. Let this matter be listed again on 14th of March 2023 as a fixed parted matter for further hearing.
Lordship.
Right.
Item 14.
Lordship, today not be possible. On 14.
14, item 80.
We should.
16.
Okay. 16.
As paid for by the council for the parties like this matter, which is on 16. 3.
Obliged. Much okay.
The item 15 may date may be 15.
When do you want?
After 13.
After 13.
13.
13th of April. March. Let it be 21st then, 21st. March.
Item 16.
Wait, please. Ninth may not be possible, madam. Ninth. 23rd, madam. 23rd. 23rd.
Item 17.
Lordship, it's appointment of arbitrator, Lordship. So let this matter be whenever comes at two, Lordship, otherwise it will come always down the list, Lordship. In hearing matter, Lordship, so it's 11, section 11,
Supposing it was fixed today at 2, then what would have happened?
I can argue, Lordship,
Huh?
can argue, Lordship.
You choose a date. Now, this is half day bench, otherwise all these matters would have been taken over, taken up.
Lordship.
Hmm.
He is always obsession.
No,
I
I'm
have
not
no-
upset. He is the petitioner, my lord.
I have no issue, I need that, Lordship.
23rd.
23rd.
Lordship.